Hello everyone, today's video is about the DJI MAVIC PRO camera settings, gimbal settings and the drone settings. The drone is in the air and I thought this is the best way to show you some settings. Now you can go here on this icon. I prefer using the NTSC because it gives me the ability to shoot at 30 frames per second. In PAL mode you will only have 25 frames per second. I'm staying always on manual, ISO 100, and then you set the shutter as you want. Another important thing is to adjust your style and your color. I'm always on Cine-like or art. For example, if I click art, you see that it's a more flat profile, but for my shots I think Cine-like works okay. With Mavic it's a thing of adjusting. So if you take a look at this image and if you don't like it, maybe at some point art is better. So you need to adjust it accordingly. If I go with Cine-like, then in style I will go either with landscape at +1 sharpness or with soft at -1. There are moments when the noise reduction engine of the Mavic creates some strange artifacts at -1 sharpness or 0 sharpness, and that is the point where you go +1. But again, there's a matter of you taking a look at the screen and evaluating what you see on the screen. Also, another thing that is very useful is to have the histogram activated, and you go here in settings, histogram, and you activate it. And these are the basic camera settings. I always shoot in 4K because I like the ability to downside or to zoom inside the video. And now the gimbal settings and drone settings. First of all, the drone settings are up here on the drone, and you go down into advanced settings, and then you have the AXP, and these are the values that are set right now, but you have 0.25 here. I did an app update, and this is what happens. You always have to check things after an app update or after a firmware update. Some of your settings may be reset. I closed everything again, go back, and then you have sensitivity, and these are the values that you should have. Your movement should be at 50, your movement, and then brake 130 and attitude 100. And now let's go into the settings for the gimbal here on advanced settings. Let's click on it. So the gimbal pitch speed, let's reset these settings. Okay, the gimbal pitch speed is at 25 and it's too much, and this basically controls how the gimbal moves down. So I will set it at about 9 or 8, and then enable upward gimbal. No, I don't want to do that. Gimbal Pit Smoothness, it's okay to be 15 if you need a higher value. This basically is the smoothness when the gimbal stops. So you need, again, a smooth movement. Okay, so let's do a recap. First of all, why you are doing this calibration on the gimbal and the drone movement? Because it moves too fast. For cinematic shots, you really need to have a slow movement. The gimbal moves too fast right from the box. So that is why you are setting, especially the movement of the gimbal has to be really slow. And then when you release the button that does this movement, the gimbal has to have a really faded stop. It doesn't need to stop quickly or suddenly. Now, in terms of camera settings, again, these are very important because there are different profiles that you can choose. I show you Cinelike and Art are the ones that I go for, and then you have that problem that it's a known problem that doesn't happen all the time. If you have sharpness on 0 or -1, sometimes the noise reduction engine of the drone can create really blurry areas on your footage, and that is why you need to go and set this on +1. So you take a look at what you're filming, and if what you're filming looks good at -1 sharpness, then it's better to have -1 sharpness, because having +1 will create noise in the shadows, and when the light is low, even at ISO 100, you will have artifacts. So the best way to film it will be at -1 sharpness, but as I said again, at some point the drone will create some blurry effects and it will look odd at -1 sharpness and 0 sharpness, and then you go +1 sharpness. So these are the settings that I'm using on my DJI MAVIC Pro, the camera settings, the gimbal settings, and the drone movement settings. I hope you like this video. If you have other questions, or if you have other suggestions on other videos, similar videos, post them in comments to have more information on the subject. And until next time, keep on photographing is the only way you can get better. Thanks for watching. Oh, it's cold here. Bye bye.